Now, the News 8 Storm Team forecast with meteorologist Matt Bender.
They should be thankful that plunge was today. If it was this weekend, it's going to be a lot colder. Let's take a look back at 2013, which was a wet year. In fact, after a dry September, we got a quarter of our rain in the month of October, which set a record for that month. And I have a snowflake here in December because that's the only month in the whole year where we actually had a little bit of a snowpack on the ground. Temperature-wise, we were exactly where we should be. The warm months of January and July counteracted the cooler months of March, August, and November. Our hottest temperature 97 back on July 18th. 10 degrees was our coldest temperature. Keep that number in mind. We're going to get colder than that in the next 48 hours. Let's take a look, in fact, at the News 8 Storm Team forecast from Yakertown up in Mifflin County and the rest of the Susquehanna Valley. Mostly cloudy and cold tonight. Temperatures in the middle 20s. Tomorrow, under mostly cloudy skies, we'll see some light snow develop by the time we get to the evening hours. And in the overnight hours, it will start to accumulate and it will turn windy as we head late into the evening. 34 to 38 for tomorrow's high. The wind is going to pick up, though, and continue in the day on Friday. Now, the snow will be out of here by early Friday morning. We'll see clearing skies and then a very cold afternoon and windy with temperatures in the teens and wind chills down around 0. It is going to be cold on Friday. Cold out there right now, freezing or below from Shrewsbury and York County all the way up to New Bloomfield, Milroy at 24, 31 in Elizabethville, and the east side of the river, Lancaster at 30, Gap at 32, Hamburg at 28. No precipitation right now in Super Doppler 8. In fact, any snow showers were well off to our north along the southern tier of New York earlier today, but the moisture that's coming our way is currently out here in the state of Missouri, southern Illinois. This is one part of a very complex system that's going to get organized well off the East Coast, and it's going to really affect portions of New England throughout the day tomorrow. But we have some energy here from the south that's staying offshore, and we're mainly going to be affected by this northern stream that's going to pass off to our south. Let's go ahead and take a look on the News 8 predictor, and you'll see what we're talking about. There's that southern energy. There's that energy out there in the state of Missouri. We'll go through the rest of the overnight Wednesday into the early morning hours on Thursday. Notice it stays dry across eastern Pennsylvania. Most of the snow stays off to our west and northwest. But as we pass the lunch hour, we go into the afternoon. As we're getting towards the evening hours, that's when the snow will start to fall. And as we head into the evening, into the early part of the overnight, that's when we'll see a little bit of accumulation. But I'm stopping here 5:30 a.m. on Friday. Notice, it's already out of here. It's going to be clear by the time we get to around lunch on Friday, but behind it is going to be plenty of cold air, plenty of wind as well. And depending on how much snow that falls, some of that snow might be blowing around a little bit. So here's our timetable for what we're talking about. Late afternoon tomorrow, that's when the snow starts to develop. Then Thursday overnight is when we see the heaviest of the snow. It's only going to be really coming down at a moderate clip. It's going to be blowing around a little bit later. And then as we get to Friday, that snow ends early. We'll have a gusty wind behind it, then some blowing the snow around, but very, very cold as we go through the day on Friday. Here's what we're looking at accumulation-wise. About 2 to 5 generally throughout the Susquehanna Valley, a little bit heavier as you head off to the east. So if you have travel plans towards New Jersey, keep that in mind. I'm taking a look at these upper air temperatures on Friday. That's that cold air that's in place over us. Good news in the weekend is we get a little bit of moderation of those temperatures, but look what happens early part of next week. Another shot of cold comes in here. This is a pattern we're going to be in for the next couple of days. So some snow Thursday night. Friday is going to be very windy and very cold. And there's actually more cold coming then in the 7-day forecast. We'll take a look at that. Here's our forecast for the next 3 days. Thursday, there's that afternoon snow. We're looking at a low of 16, only headed up to 20 on Friday. Temperatures basically in the teens all day, dropping down to single digits for lows. Then a cold Saturday. We rebound a little bit on Sunday and the Monday, and that's when we get another little storm system headed in our direction. And then more cold air coming in behind it. Temperatures only in the 20s at the end of the 7-day forecast. So definitely the new year is starting off on a very, well, it's a wintry start.
All right. Thank you, Matt.